Welcome to this week's mini simulation, Stress-Based Leadership. Stress-based leadership is the capacity to define reality, establish and articulate direction, and deliberately influence others to follow that direction. In this mini simulation, we are going to focus on the following skills. First, initiative and decisiveness. Second, taking responsibility. Third, understanding risk. Fourth, understanding team dynamics. Fifth, allocation of resources. Sixth, ability to influence others to follow that direction. Right now you might be telling yourself, lead a group? No, thank you. But remember, we're not testing on your natural leadership skills, but how well you can embody these leadership qualities and utilize leadership skills in a stressful environment. Initiative and decisiveness. One critical leadership skill is possessing the ability to understand when to take the lead, identify tasks that need to be done, and carry out relevant, value-adding tasks without prompting. For example, think of what happens in the situation room. The situation room is a perfect example of a place where initiative and decisiveness is key. Each person is responsible for recognizing their role, taking initiative to act on their role, and to make a sound decision when necessary. Taking responsibility. Taking responsibility of all outcomes, good or bad, is another skill required not just for this simulation, but for all the other mini simulations as well as the main sim. When in a position of leadership, this skill requires you to see each task to completion and take responsibility for the outcome of a mission when the outcome is uncertain or even unknowable. For the United States, the President of the United States is often the person who will take responsibility of military action. A strong leader will take leadership of all the good outcomes as well as all the bad outcomes. Understanding risk. When in a leadership position, understanding risk is another critical skill to possess. To process and understand risk, you will need to first assess and manage the situation. After identifying what is going on, your understanding of the risk will directly affect your final decision. Again, the President's Situation Room is a great example of leaders analyzing and understanding the situation and then dealing with risk. A good leader will analyze all of the potential risks before coming to a conclusion. Understand team dynamics. Team dynamics are important to understand because this can help you know when to delegate. It also helps you organize the group to achieve the objectives with everyone working together. This can also help you determine when you need to step up and take leadership. A leader must know the strengths and weaknesses of everyone on his team. For example, the President of the United States will not ask the Secretary of Agriculture about military actions and will not ask his admiral for advice on the legality of probable cause. Allocation of resources. As in many other arenas of life, resources will be limited in our simulations. Another leadership quality we want you to practice is the strategic and tactical allocation of resources. Resource allocation decisions must be based on strategic and tactical priorities. For example, when you have a finite number of soldiers, where should you deploy them? Canada, Syria, Pakistan, Egypt? This will be for the leader to decide based on the advice of others in the group, as well as other sources of intelligence. Ability to influence others to follow your direction. Another skill we want you to hone in on is the ability to recognize a time to establish and articulate direction, convey information effectively, remain steady and composed under pressure, and get others to work well together. Read and respond to body language and listen attentively. Remember, being the loudest and bossiest one in the room does not mean you're a good leader. A good leader knows when to speak up and when to step back and let the team work together. In addition to these skills, don't forget about the skills that you have practiced in the previous two mini simulations. All of the skills you have learned so far will help you succeed in the stress-based leadership simulation. Like in your teamwork and group problem-solving mini simulation, each of you will be assigned to a specific role. In fact, by now, you will already receive your specific roles and your role-specific information packets for the mini simulation. We strongly encourage you to meet with your team in the days before the mini simulation so that you can understand the strengths and weaknesses of your team members. Don't forget to arrive by 3:10 at the latest and to dress professionally.